Hello and welcome to another Super Six, my April Super Six, where we talk about my 6 favorite things from the month of April. These are some of my favorite videos to film. I don't know why. I just love sharing my favorite pieces with you guys. As always, everything will be linked in the description box below. If you plan to buy any of these things, please use the links in my description box. I earn a very small commission on all of these products and it just really helps support our page. The first thing we're gonna talk about is this t-shirt from 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗁𝗵. Look at it! It's so cute. It's like, I wouldn't call it a crop shirt because it is a full shirt. Like, I was given the whole shirt, but it is so easy to like just tuck in very nicely and you don't have to like bunch a bunch of it up. Does that make sense? Yeah. But I just love it. I think it's so cute. It's so soft. There is one thing I need to do. I need to cut this massive tag off because I've worn the shirt 3 times now already and the tag is driving me crazy. The softest, lightest material. It's just super comfy. It's washed really well so far and I'm obsessed with it. The second thing I'm sharing is a credit card. I know, it's so weird, so strange. But I've had this for, oh my gosh, I don't remember if it's been 2 years or a year now. It's the Venture X card. It's metal, so it's not gonna break on you. And it has been the perfect travel card I could ever ask for. One of the things that I absolutely love about this card is obviously the travel benefits that come with it because it's a travel card. So many credit cards have outrageous yearly credit card fees of like $400+. This one is only $99, but you get $100 travel credit every single year to go towards any of your travel expenses. So this is how it works. Say I signed up for this credit card in May. Every single May, it will renew. I'll get charged a $99 fee, but then the very first travel purchase that I purchase on the credit card, whether it's an airline, a hotel, Airbnb, whatever, when my statement comes for that month, at the very bottom, it says $100 travel credit. Do you want to apply it? And you can either say yes, or you can say no and save it for a different credit card bill, or you can rack them up year after year, which I don't know why you'd do that. I would just use it. So essentially, you're making $1 per year. I mean, it's not much, but it's something. You pay $99, but as long as you're traveling, you get $100 travel credit, which is amazing. The travel platform in the credit card app is so easy to use. It's easy to change any flights or any hotels if you need to. They do offer an insurance plan in there that's actually quite a bit cheaper than like your normal insurance plans for cancellation if you book through like a different entity. It also reimburses, I'm pretty sure it's 2 people, possibly 1, but I'm pretty sure it's 2 people for global entry. So if you don't have global entry or you need to renew your global entry, it will automatically refund you for your global entry, which is incredible. If you're not familiar with what global entry is and you travel a lot, which you probably know what global entry is then. Anyways, you essentially go to the airport or some other entity that is related to the airport and they fingerprint you, they do a background check, a few other things. They ask you questions, mental health questions, stuff like that. They take your pictures, all that type of stuff, and then you're in the system. So when you come back to the country and you go through immigration, it is so easy, it is so fast. You bypass the hour+ line. Literally all you do is you come up to a screen, it takes your picture, face recognition, the officer will say, "Welcome back, Kirsten," and off you go. It literally takes like 30 seconds tops. It's so fast, it's so easy. So if you haven't done that and you're going on an international trip, it is so worth making an extra trip to the airport to get it all set up. I'm pretty sure it's good for 5 years, which I need to check mine because we might be coming due. Love that feature. But my most favorite feature of the credit card is every credit card comes with what they call a priority pass membership, which means you get access to so many airport lounges. Now I will say, Keith and I have only experienced the airport lounge once, and it was on our most recent trip to Mexico because we don't get to the airport early enough to experience that kind of thing. We are late arrivers. Well, not necessarily. We're on time arrivers with no extra time. Time for water and a pee break, and that's about it. But our trip this April, coming back from Mexico, we had already left our Airbnb and we got the notification that our flight had been delayed. And by the time we got to the airport, it was delayed by quite a bit. So I think we ended up spending like 2 hours in the airport lounge, which was so nice. And actually, I'm kind of glad that it happened because we found out that there is a couple shower bays in the airport lounge. That's gonna be great for future reference because sometimes we have to check out of our place at like 11 o'clock, but our flight doesn't leave until late that evening, depending on the time of year. And so we could technically spend the whole day at the beach with the kids and then go to the airport and shower before we get on the plane, which is superb, absolutely superb. The staff was so friendly. Obviously, all the food and drinks were free. At the time we were there, they were serving breakfast, and they were just switching it over to lunch when we were leaving. It was a great experience. I loved it, and it will be great for during the times when we need to connect, but I'll never get to the airport early enough just to experience a lounge. All right, I think that's everything with the credit card. Again, use the link in my description box below. You will get extra miles for signing up through my link, and I will get extra miles for you signing up through my link. So if you do, thank you very much. While we're on the topic of vacation, let's just talk about my third favorite, which was our vacation. This was seriously one of the most relaxing, rejuvenating vacations we've had in such a long time. The last several times that we've gone to Mexico, they have been so kid focused, which has been lovely. And I would prefer that, to be honest. But this time it just didn't quite work with schedules. Both Patty and Javier have jobs, so trying to slip in to see them didn't happen as often. We were also further away than normal. So yeah, we just had like such a relaxing time. We got to spend 2 days with the kids, and then the rest of our time was just so relaxing. I read 3 books, which was incredible. And we spent a lot of time on the beach. We walked so much. We had a lovely hike from 𝗬𝗓𝗏 to San Pancho. By the way, if you haven't been following along, Keith and I go to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, or that area, a couple times per year. And we just love it there. It's just super relaxing. We know where we want to eat. We know what we want to do. We know the local spots. It's just easy. It's an easy trip. There's no planning in it. This time we stayed on the north side of 𝗬𝗓𝗏, which was our 3rd or 4th time staying up there. We just had such a lovely time. 𝗬𝗓𝗏 is a golf cart town. There's golf carts everywhere, motorbikes, 4x4s, all that type of stuff. And every single year that we go, we say, we're gonna rent a golf cart so we can explore other parts of the town. So we were gonna do that this year, and we did not. We literally walked everywhere. I think the least amount of steps that I had in a day was 11,800 and some. So we were definitely getting our steps every day, and we got to see the whole town. I highly recommend checking out 𝗬𝗓𝗏 if you never have, and if you're interested, I will link my 𝗬𝗓𝗏 blog post in the description box below. I created it a year or so ago, and it's great. All right, moving on with the vacation thing. I read this book just for the summer by 𝗵𝗻𝗄𝗎. Jimenez? I don't really know how you pronounce it, but I was completely unaware when I started this book that this was the 3rd book in a trilogy. But don't worry, you don't have to read them in order. They are definitely standalone books as well. So I read this, and it was so good. So good. I gave it 5 stars, which is so rare for me, but the way she writes banter had me cackling so much in this book. I just absolutely adored it. It was like a romance, but it wasn't cheesy. It wasn't cheesy. Let me put that out there. It wasn't cheesy. It actually had like real life stuff in there. It felt real. It felt good. It felt happy. It felt hard. It was just really good. She's really, really, really good writer. I'm gonna pull up my Goodreads and read the review that I wrote. I will have my Goodreads linked in the description box below. All right, here's my review. Wow, I enjoyed this so much. It was my first book by Abby and it was such a delight. Her writing style keeps you engaged the whole time. She is so great at writing banter. It isn't often I laugh out loud at books, but this one had me cackling multiple times. The romance in this book was delightful. It wasn't cringy at all, which can be hard to come by. The characters were well developed, there was real life hard stuff throughout the book, and it just made me feel good. Highly recommend. At the Airbnb we were staying at, there was another book on the shelf by her, and it was called Yours Truly. So I started reading it and I got like 2 chapters in and I was like, some of these characters are from the book that I just read. And so I did a quick Google search and sure enough, that was the second book. So I read the 3rd book and then I read the 2nd book. I don't have it with me because it's on the shelf at the Airbnb. It was the Airbnb book. I just read it while I was there. And then I just bought the 1st book on Amazon, part of Your World. So I just started this. I'm only like 30 pages in. You do not have to read them as a trilogy. You do not have to read them in order. This was excellent. I gave Yours Truly, I think 4 stars, but this one, it was so good, so good. All right, the 5th thing is a swimsuit. This is the top. And these are the bottoms. And I just love it so much. It's from Abercrombie. It is so hard for me to find swimsuits because I am very small around here, but I have a big bust. And so I usually have to have things tailored because I need the small or the medium in like the inseam, but then I need like a large or an extra large for the bust. So I normally have to get a large or an extra large and then have things altered. But Abercrombie has what's called their Curve Love line, which I love, and I've bought jeans from multiple times because they're normal in the waist, but then they're bigger in the hips and the thighs for girls like me. I didn't know that they had swimsuits, but they have swimsuits and then they have their Curve Love line swimsuits, which simply means that like the small, medium, and large is the same as the normal, but then the bust is meant to fit somebody who's like a double D or a triple D. So they're great. I didn't have to have this altered at all. I got a medium and it fits like a glove. It's absolutely perfect. And the bottoms are so flattering because they're a little bit higher cut, so they don't cut you off like a 2000 Britney Spears wannabe, I guess. The back are like a little bit cheeky, but they're not up your butt. So I love this swimsuit. I think it's fantastic. It was reasonably priced. It's good material and I was super happy with it. I do have an honorable mention in this Supersix, and it is another swimsuit, and this is by the brand called 𝗏𝗏 Swimwear. And I love it, but I don't love it more than the Abercrombie one because I did have to have this one altered. It has nice support. I did have to get a large for it to fit my bust, and so I had to have a lot of it taken in, and I actually had to have so much taken in that they had to move these straps in the back too. I forgot the bottoms downstairs, but the bottoms are very similar to the ones from Abercrombie, so I'll go ahead and link this in the description box below too, but just know I had to have this altered quite a bit. And lastly, you've heard me talking about it for a long time now, 𝗻𝗀. Can't get enough of it. If you've been following the journey on Instagram, I started taking 𝗻𝗀 and then I switched to a brand by 𝗃𝗏, and then now I am back on the 𝗻𝗀 game, and I am staying here because it just works better. It just works better. The other did not work, but I noticed so much more hair growth and so much more nail growth and better skin with the 𝗻𝗀 one than I did with the 𝗃𝗏 one. I didn't really notice any difference with my gut, but I'm not sure that I would because I don't really have any gut issues going on. This colostrum was recommended to Keith almost 2 years ago now, and he took it for probably 6 months before I started taking it. I've always had an issue called mast cell activation syndrome, and it's where your histamines are like overreactive. So you like break out in hives and stuff like that. And I have quite a few triggers. One of them being dairy, sometimes gluten. Caffeine, major trigger. Haven't had it in like 8 years, 9 years. And alcohol. Alcohol, literally within like 3 minutes of drinking, I will completely break out. Also, anytime I'm introduced to like really strong, heavy scents, whether it's cleaner or perfumes or things like that. I was kind of nervous to try this because it is dairy based, but I did a lot of research. I will link the podcast in the description box below that sold me on colostrum, this brand in particular, and you can decide for yourself. I was kind of nervous to start taking the colostrum because of the histamine reactions that I have with dairy. Now they've gotten so much better throughout the years, so much better, and I can handle it pretty well now. But again, I was nervous. And I don't know what's going on, but I feel like this has helped my histamine reactions. Like not just with dairy, but with everything. They've just gotten so much better. I have a feeling it has something to do with the immunoglobulins in here, because a lot of people who have mast cell activation syndrome will do IVIG, which is immunoglobulin like intravenous therapy. I've never had to do that. I won't do that. But I'm wondering if there's some link there, because I feel like my histamine reactions have gotten so much better since taking this. Another thing this is great for is immunity, making sure your immune system is just strong and ready to go. Great to take while you're traveling. We have these little travel packs too, to keep your immune system strong when you're out and about and around everybody who's sick. It's just full of nutrients that your body can and will use. If you're interested in giving it a try, I will put the link in the description box below. For first-time customers only, you will get 15% off with our code KL2Farms. Also, I make a little bit of commission off of that. So you get 15% off and I make 10% of the sale, which is pretty cool. So if you want to support us and support our page, buy some 𝗲𝗯. I promise you will love it. One little side note on the Supersix, none of this is sponsored, I promise. Just because I'm an affiliate or have affiliate links with these companies does not mean that I'm getting paid to promote their stuff. They're things that I genuinely love. And if you purchase them through my link, then I get a little bit of kickback. That's it. I wish I was being paid by one of these companies, because then I could do some giving back here. But that's not happening yet. So if you would like, you could share my Instagram with all of your friends and family and tell them to subscribe, so that we can create more traction here, so that we can do that type of thing. Because like, how great would that be? For me to be able to give some kickback to you guys. That'd be great. Like, you might need a washer or a dryer. You might want to try the 𝗲𝗯. You might be going on vacation and could really use a swimsuit. How cool would it be if I actually started making money on here, and for every Supersix, one of you could win everything that I talk about in my Supersix? Now that would be cool. I am done rambling. I hope you guys have a great night or day wherever you're at in the world. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and let me know what your favorite thing for the month was in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye.